In this tutorial, I'm going to talk to you guys about the logical operators in Python. We use these operators in situations where we have multiple conditions. Here's an example. Let's say we're building an application for processing loans. If an applicant has high income and good credit, then they're eligible for loan. So in this example, we have two conditions. One is having high income and the other is having good credit. So if both these conditions are true, then the applicant is eligible for loan. So this is where we use the logical AND operator. We use this operator to combine two conditions. And by the way, this is not specific to Python programming language. Pretty much any programming language that supports if statements also supports the logical operators. So back to our program, let's define two variables. Has high income, we set this to true. And another one has good credit. We also set this to true. Now our if statement. If has high income is true and has good credit is also true, then we're going to print eligible for loan. So this is where we're using the AND operator. So if both these conditions are true, then this message will be printed. If one of them is false, we're not going to see this message. Let's try this out. So I'm going to run this program. So we see eligible for loan. But if we change either of these conditions to false and run the program again, look, the message disappeared. So this is the logical AND operator. We also have the logical OR, and we use that in situations where we want to do certain things if at least one of the conditions is true. For example, let's change the rule for this program such that if the applicant has high income or good credit, then they're eligible for loan. So if either or both these conditions are true, then the applicant is eligible. Now, back to our program, we can implement this rule by using the logical OR operator. So we simply replace AND with OR. Now, when we run this program, we're going to see this message because at least one of our conditions is true. Let's take a look. So the applicant is eligible for loan because they have good credit. If we change this to false, but set the other condition to true and run the program, we still see the same result. But if both these conditions are false, then we're not going to see this message anymore. So this is the difference between these operators. With the logical AND operator, both conditions should be true. With the logical OR operator, at least one condition should be true. We also have another logical operator called NOT, and that basically inverses any Boolean value we give it. If we give it a true Boolean value, it converts it to false. For example, let's make up a new rule. If applicant has good credit and doesn't have a criminal record, then they're eligible for a loan. Let me show you how to implement this. So we go back to our program. In this example, we don't need the first variable, so let's delete that. Let's set this variable to true. We also define another variable like has criminal record. And we set this to false. Now, we want to check to see if this applicant has good credit and not a criminal record. This is where we use the NOT operator. So if they have good credit and not criminal record. So in this example, has criminal record is set to false. When we use the NOT operator, this basically gets changed to true. So we'll have two conditions that are true. Here's one and here's another one. So our applicant is eligible for loan. And when we run this program, we see this familiar message. However, if an applicant has criminal record, so let's change this to true. Now, when we run this program, we can see our applicant is not eligible because when we apply the NOT operator on this variable, we'll get false. So true changes to false. And we'll end up with two conditions. One is true and the other is false. So the result is false. And that's why this message is not printed. So this is all about the logical operators in Python.